2 multiply negative 1.8 power 2 minus 1. The result will be negative 3.1. Number 2 is the same number 1, but a change in x from negative 1.2 to 0. And number 3 is the same, but x change from 1.5 to 0.5. I will move to the next example. The function of variation for the function f at x equal 1. Then find v1 0.3. The function is f of x to x power 2 minus 1. F of x equal 2x power 2 minus 1. To find the variation function, I will use the rule v of h equal f of x1 plus h minus f of x1. So by substitution about x1 equal 1, so it will be f of 1 plus h minus f of 1. Substitution about x, 1 plus h and 1. So v of h will be 2 multiply 1 plus h power 2 minus 1 minus 2 times 1 power 2 minus 1. So the result will be bracket power 2. I will expand it in 3 terms. It will be 1 plus 2h plus h power 2 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1, it will be 1. So it will be 2 plus 4h plus 2h power 2 minus 2. So 2 cancel with 2, so it will be 4h plus 2h power 2. By substitution about h, you need to find v 0.3. By substitution about h 0.3, it will be 4 times 0.3 plus 2 times 0.3 power 2. 4 multiply 0.3 plus 2 times 0.3 power 2. It will be 1.38. And number 2 is the same number 1 by substitution about h 0.2. Let we move to another example. You have here f of x to x power 2 plus 1, and x belong to open interval from negative 2 and 3. The average rate of a change for the function as x change from negative 1.8 to negative 1.3. Number 1, x change from negative 1.8 to negative 1.3. You need to find the average rate of change, which equal delta y over delta x, or f of x2 minus f of x1 over x2 minus x1. So this value is, will be x1 and this will be 2x2. So the average equal f of negative 1.3 minus f of negative 1.8 over negative 1.3 minus negative 1.8. f1 negative 1.3, substitution about x by negative 1.3, so 2 multiply negative 1.3 power 2 plus 1 and minus 2 multiply negative 1.8 power 2 plus 1 all over negative 1.3 plus 1.8. I will use your calculator to find 2 multiply negative 1.3 power 2 plus 1 minus 2 multiply negative 1.8 power 2 plus 1 all over negative 1.3 plus 1.8. The result will be negative 6.2. Double I and 3i is the same as I, but change in x1 and x2. The next one, we will write the function f of x to x power 2 plus 1. F of x is 2x power 2 plus 1. Number 4, find the function of the average rate of a change. Find the function of average rate of a change, which is AH. And AH equals to f of x1 plus h minus f of x1 all over h. So the value of x1 is 1. So it will be f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 all over h. By substitution about the function by 1 plus h and 1. So 2 multiply 1 plus h power 2 plus 1 minus 2 multiply 1 power 2 plus 1 all over h. So it will be 2 1 plus 2h plus h power 2 plus 1 minus 1 all over h. So 1 and 1 will be cancelled, and you have here 2 times 1 equal 2 plus 2 times 4h plus 2h power 2 all over h. By substitution about h equal 0.3, so a 0.3 will be equal to we have mistake here. This result will be 3, not 1. So it will be plus 1 minus 3. So I will distribute 2 here. It will be 2 plus 4h plus 2h power 2 plus 1 minus 3. So 2 and 1 and negative 3 will be cancelled. So it will be 4h plus 2h power 2 over h. Take h common factor. It will be 4 plus 2h all over h. Cancel h with h. It will be 4 plus 2h. By substitution about h equal 0.3, so the average rate of a change function will be 4 plus 2h. It will be 4 plus 2 times 0.3, which equal to 4.6. For example, equals 4.6. Let we move to page 7. Use the graph in the example 3 to find the average rate of change in the total sales when time varies from t equal 4 and t equal 6. This is a graph, and here is the first point is 4 and 1, and the second point 6 and 3.6, and 8 and 4.4, and here is 10 and 2, and here is 12 and 1. The average rate of a change of the function from t equal 4, this point, and t equal 6 this point. So the